It's time.
It is time for a show. Which show?
It stars people.
What's the full title of this show?
Star vs. the Force of Evil.
What's the title of this episode?
Saint something.
Saint Olga's... I didn't even get it. Saint Olga's Reform School for Wayward Princesses? Something like that? This is actually a full-length episode. It's not just 2 mini-episodes this time. I've seen pictures of this on Tumblr, but no spoilers. All I know is that Marco wears a dress and Bill Cipher is somewhere here. I'm going to try to point both of these things out.
Look, Bill Cipher is not in this show.
When I tweeted about it, the voice actor for Marco favorited it.
So? He's like, huh.
That's a clear indicator
this nerd
that I'm
thinks
on
he knows
to
something.
You know what? Why don't I just jump kick your nose with my dick?
Okay, So number 1, you need to get way down onto the carpet.
I'm not sure if that's a sign of anger or affection now.
And I need the microscope.
Let's get down to affection and do a spinning back kick to your dick. That's a lot more venomous, right? I'm glad we can swear in these. Oh, spoilers and offensive language. If you do not like offensive language,
well, you're already fucked.
We're sorry. We're terribly sorry.
Okay, so far we haven't seen the pirate,
ship, if it even matters,
and we haven't seen the alien.
True. We have seen Stars X. We have seen Princess Ponyhead, which I guess is the point of this episode. They're gonna try to bust Princess Ponyhead out or something.
Gotcha.
What the hell is that thing?
I think she shed her legs.
She was visibly frightened of it.
I don't believe I can say this literally. She's beside herself in fear.
You ruined it. You ruined everything!
Okay. This school actually sounds like it sucks.
Oh, you mean from the lightning and the nightmares and the...
There's exaggeration. There's feel like it sucks. This place actually feels like a prison.
It is being manned by Hitler's honor guard from the last stage of Wolfenstein 3D. Admittedly. No, wait, that had the Hitler ghosts. Which ones had Hitler's honor guard? Maybe I should stop saying Hitler in this review of Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Although, keep in mind, I was only talking about Wolfenstein. Please don't kill me,
Carlos,
Disney.
stop being Hitler.
Will you shut up? Okay, now I want to know what the hell that thing is.
Sorry. What's that under your rug? No idea, but I do know what.
Did you ever play Crash Bandicoot Warped, the third game?
Yes.
So you remember in the prehistoric levels when you would encounter the primordial crashes?
Yep.
They would flop around and spin, and if you got too close to them, they would, eat you. I wonder if that's what's under that rug. Like a weird monster star that will eat you.
A carpet monster.
How?
I'm just so good at it. Still way better than Sailor Moon.
Oh yeah, way more frames of animation.
And just better looking.
And just wonderfully brief to boot.
Yep. Okay, when did Beetlejuice open a school?
Beetlejuice is...
Sorry, not Beetlejuice himself. Beetlejuice's world.
You're gonna have to fill me in on the reference. I know that in the cartoon, Beetlejuice was a chaotic good character, or chaotic neutral, who would often fight against the more oppressive forces in his own world, but his world was still a seething pool of chaos,
I'm referencing the couple episodes with their jails.
Yeah, I don't remember enough of the show.
Fair enough.
It had a cool intro, though.
It reminds me of this. It's like they're gonna stamp them into be like everybody else, faceless, and just part of the group.
Also, that's horrifying. That is horrifying.
No kidding.
Okay, 2 things. 1, Marco makes a great princess. I'm just saying that the look really works for him. 2, oh my god!
I didn't think I'd actually have to say this in this show, but This bitch needs to die.
Like, just the way they're presenting the school, it's always been played for laughs as this reform school that Star wants to avoid at all costs. And even when Ponyhead was taken there, she kind of resigned herself to thinking she deserved to go. Now I'm thinking, no, this is actually awful.
This is abuse.
It is abuse. This is, if you send your daughter here, princess or not, royal responsibilities or not, you're an abusive parent. This is horrible, actually. Good lord.
Fuck. Okay, they're also animal abusers. The hell? Great, so she's getting free snacks. Brilliant.
Just because it's a frightening, horrible, individuality-sucking cesspool doesn't mean it's a competent one. What the hell is this?
I'm gonna call this.
Okay.
It's a reverse.
A reverse.
Basically, this is probably a chamber where they change their attitude by taking out their individuality. I'm betting that literally it's a separate person. They're swapping.
So, okay. What do you think the demons mean in this painting, though? In this mural?
You're taking the supposed demon out of the girls?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, we can see.
Yeah, but hang on, though. But the issue is that, like, the girls, when Marco... Funny, it was Marco who did it. When Marco was like, it's not criminal to be an individual, he elicited something there, right? And Ponyhead even laughed at the authority figure. The thing is, if they were just swapping out their attitude and sucking some of their soul, they wouldn't need these measures to correct their behavior.
Well, no, this might be the final solution kind of thing.
I'm thinking this has actually more to do with the show in general.
Maybe.
Because why would they show us this weird mural with all these demons on it?
We're going to find out.
Let's see the next frame that you really want to skip over, but you're not going to.
Yeah, triangle, whatever.
It's, okay. It's a triangle with an eye in the middle.
No, it's not. It's a scratch.
And... Okay.
No, means nothing.
I didn't notice this in the picture I saw before. Yeah, I recall seeing this picture when I was looking at Tumblr posts, but I don't recall seeing a little more suspicious triangle on this image, and that's the one on the mid-upper left, which appears to have limbs on it, and what appears to be something on top of it.
Actually, a number of those symbols are on...
Shut up, okay? Combined with that, and the weird eye there, and...
Dude, I'm agreeing with you, because actually, a number of these symbols show up in the cartage from Gravity Falls.
Okay, like... So... I'm
not the same.
I'm telling you, in Quest Buy, there is something very Bill Cipher looking. I know the whole triangle with the eye in it is a symbol in mythologies and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But a little weird that two Disney XD shows running at the same time have it. And especially on an Earth which seems to have no problem with dimensional travel anymore.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure both these shows are just friends.
That's cute. You know what I'm thinking? I'm going to be keeping an eye out in future episodes of the show for them mentioning something about some town that became a crater in Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know, man. I have a weird conspiracy theory going on, and that
of course you do.
That these two shows are in the same universe, and that Bill Cipher is a scary mofo, and he's infecting other shows, and
or it could just be Bill Cipher is able to go to multiple planets and dimensions.
Well, I figured.
Yeah, it could be as easy as that. It doesn't have to be the same element.
But there's something else in this image that's cool, beyond just my Bill Cipher conspiracy theories. Apparently, Marco's original name was supposed to be Soul.
Uh-huh.
So, if we look at it through that, we have a sun, a moon, a star, and kind of being engulfed by this moon here. And blood moon ball kind of implied that now they danced under the light of it. They're soulmates now.
Yeah.
But there are weird cracks in the foundation of this floor that appear to be in very deliberate shapes. It's an interesting image, actually. And their placement in it is very unusual, too.
Here's the thing. I'm really hoping that if they do try and go down that angle, that it's a quick relationship, they decide to be friends afterward.
I ship them platonically or not. If they end up being platonic friends, great. If they end up having a relationship, great. I like relationships, I like romance, but whatever.
You like relationships actually realized.
Yes. The other thing is, to kind of quell my own conspiracy theorizing, is that that's a Pisces symbol up there, and I'm pretty sure that those little waves on the left are another zodiac symbol.
Uh-huh.
This is probably just a zodiac wheel, and I'm probably reading way too much into it. Oh, it's Bill Cipher. Bill Cipher's in my nightmares.
We're moving now.
Okay. This is a dark damn episode, man. Marco is being tortured, and Star has fully broken down now.
Mm-hmm.
Who does not perspire.
I really want to punch this Disney bitch. I really want to punch this Disney bitch.
No, Dave, that is not proper language becoming of a princess.
Now I want to punch your bitch ass face.
Oh, Dave, you need to control that anger. Perhaps, some strangely 20s film reel videos on how to be a proper princess will help you. Is this not another dimension? Why are they using that type of technology?
Because some people romanticize past technology.
Good answer.
And it was popular during the time when royals were...
Don't rub it in. You already got it right.
Okay. Boom! Headshot.
That was a headshot. That she Hadokened his robot head clean off.
Black Metallurgy and Ores of the Multiverse. Really?
I bet you anything there's an entry for hairpin in it.
Probably.
That was, Star vs. the Force of Evil. St. Olga's Reform School for Wayward Princesses. Episode 19, is it?
Yippers.
Dave, what did you think of this episode?
Damn. So we have a new kind of villain coming along.
What was her name? I forget. They mentioned it right at the beginning, and now I don't remember it. I don't think they ever mentioned it again.
Could be actually Olga.
I don't think it was Olga. I think it was something else. We do know whatever her name is, she was a princess, or is one currently, and is using the school's tactics to suppress her own individuality, one may think, one may infer.
And the symbols on their cheeks as princesses show their individuality.
Yeah, it's not always a symbol on the cheek, I've noticed. Sometimes they have other flair that kind of happens, like Ponyhead kind of has her neck area, because she's a decapitated fucking Ponyhead, kind of has these sparkles that she didn't have when she was prim and proper. Yeah. I really like this episode.
This was a good episode.
I thought this episode was actually really multi-layered. It actually had there's a ton to analyze about it and about the characters. Like, I found it a little funny that this was actually a big vehicle for Marco this episode. Marco was the real shining star in this episode, which normally you'd think I would have a problem with because it's the male character dominating in a show where the protagonist is a star, right?
But it's his suffering that drives the development of Star.
Sure. And at the same time, every badass thing he did while dressed as a princess. And I think that's actually important. At the beginning, he said, oh, why couldn't I be one of the guards with the cool masks? But A, he never actually laments the fact that he's disguised as a princess. And B, he kind of owns up to it, right? Mm-hmm. He talks about, do I get to keep the dress? Do I, like he starts addressing the other princesses as though he's one of them.
Yeah.
And I actually really like that. This is, maybe I'm really, stretching here, but I kind of hope Marco's okay with dressing like that once in a while. Just as a healthy, normal thing, because that is unfortunately, too often in our real world not presented as healthy and normal, and it totally is. I really liked Marco in this episode. I thought he was the star of it, which is funny enough, appropriate for it. But at the same time, Star is not left in the dust either. Like, we get to see that St. Olga's is actually an awful place. And it's even worse than Star thought it was. Like,
Yeah.
Star thought she was just gonna go there and not be able to have fun anymore. But they really just want to make her a drone. And the fact that her parents want to send her there, I hope that Star starts to think less of her parents for this.
Well, here's what I'm hoping we get from this. I wouldn't be surprised if we find out next episode or a couple episodes down the line that they're all back to being drones again. Because, yeah, they fought back, but they didn't win anything, really. They won their independence right then and there, but it's not like all the princesses went home or gave any evidence about how piss poor this school is treating them.
Well, I like that Ponyhead opted to stay. I like that she was like, I can't let what happened to me happen to anyone else again. I like that Earth Turd managed to instill this, and that she's going to be a source of uprising for this place now.
Maybe.
One imagines maybe you could come back to St. Olga's, and they're in a state of civil war, because the headmistress there is hunting for these Earthlings that have disrupted her school, and she's not paying attention to the fact that her school is crumbling beneath her.
I think it's more important that one of the parents needs to find out how this is, because the parents may not actually realize how piss poor the school is.
Or maybe they do know, and that's a real source of conflict. Maybe Star learns that her parents knew this, and that's what they want of her. And wouldn't it be interesting to see Star renounce her royalty? Wouldn't it be interesting to see Star go, I'm never going back. I'm never going back.
Here's the problem with that. I could see that coming from her mother, but not from her father.
You don't know that.
Sure we do.
Her father is very patriarchal and free-spirited, right? Okay, he knows that his daughter's like that as well, but...
Yes, but they've shown that he loves the fact that Star is just like him.
You sure about that? Because usually patriarchal people like that tend to show their true colors when it comes to putting their daughters back in line, let's say. And that's the thing that I think this show has done really well. I actually don't think Star's parents are good people. I actually think the King and Queen of Muni, like, at first I thought they were just kind of acting the typical king and queen, and then later kind of the dysfunctional, rabble-rousing husband and prim-proper wife. But no, I think this is actually entrenched, and the behavioral system that they think is right, and that they want to put Star through. I'm starting to wonder if that wasn't the show's intention all along.
Maybe. We'll see.
Sorry, I kind of commandeered the conversation a bit. Please continue with your thoughts.
Where was I going?
You said you were wondering if the parents didn't know. And then I started on my rant. So
I do wonder if this isn't a secret of the school, that parents don't see the inside kind of thing.
They don't realize.
It's just that their results have been so good for so long that they don't question the motives to get them to that. It's just, we get a prim and proper princess, and yeah, thank you very much.
If I was a gambling man, I would bet on that. I hope it's what I said, but I'm gambling that you're right. That's probably what it's going to be in the end. And the headmistress of St. Olga's there, whose name I do not remember, is in fact one of the show's villains, which... What's the count on villains now? We have
3.
Ludo, we have... What was the name of that alligator guy that was the Great Evil?
The Great Evil.
No, he had a name. It was this really cute little name, like Peanut, like in the vein of Peanut or something like that. It wasn't even that. It wasn't that big or anything. And then we have now the Saint Olga headmistress. So now we're getting a stable of villains going on.
And if you want, we can add in the ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, the prince, the prince of the underworld, who's a teenager. Real talk, honestly. No, there's no crossover between this and Gravity Falls.
Of course there
This is just me being me and seeing Bill Cipher everywhere now.
I'm going to start putting up Bill Cipher symbols in here.
But Dave, that means he can see us.
Oh well.
But wouldn't it be cool if this took place like 5 or so years after Gravity Falls, and while Gravity Falls Season 2 is still airing and resolving, they do mention some town that became a crater in Oregon. And that's kind of when Earth realized that it was part of a multiverse. And that's why maybe they don't bat an eye when a princess from Uni comes by to go to school in their dimension. Because they don't. It's treated as normal, for all intents and purposes. Wouldn't that be the craziest thing to see, to set that event a certain amount of years in the past, while Gravity Falls is still airing, and then you're really like, what the hell happened in Gravity Falls? And in real talk, though, that's not fair to Star vs. the Force of Evil, though, because even if that's the case, and it's not, Star succeeds on its own rights, and this was a really good episode that proved that this is yet another awesome animated series from Disney XD, and from this side of the ocean, which I want to see more of, and this, at first I thought this was just a fun, silly little show that, by virtue of just being so well animated and so fun, was easily better than the magical girl shows I've seen from anywhere on Earth. And with this episode, and with other things like Blood Moon Ball, and with that great evil guy who's now helping Ludo, it's cementing to me that actually it's a really good show, period. That there's actually depth and layers, and it easily stands, like, I don't think it's as good as Gravity Falls or Steven Universe, at least not yet, but it easily stands with them, I think. What do you think? Do you think Star vs. the Force of Evil has grown? Has its opinion grown favorably in your opinion?
Oh, I've always thought it's been a good show. I do think, though, that the writers have basically gotten to the point where setup's done. It's time for the meat.
Yeah,
we've had our appetizers. I think this was the first course of the main meal.
I think Blood Moon Ball was the real appetizer,
And
that this was the first course. I think everything up until then was candlelight and conversations.
Maybe. But now we can start getting on to
an overarching plot, like a myth arc, an ongoing story.
Beyond just, Ludo attacked him again, got his ass kicked,
So Bill Cipher's totally on that wheel. He's totally
You're just
there.
mooning after him.
He's totally there. What happened in Gravity Falls? No, Star vs. the Force of Evil is a great show. And this was a fantastic episode for every character. Marco was the real star of this episode, but Star also had to face a lot of her fears, and I like at the end, she's like, yeah, I learned something about myself, yada yada, let's get the hell out of here. Which shows that she still very much fears this place, and that's good.
Yeah.
She should not be over it yet. She should not be over that fear. What the hell is that pair of legs under that carpet? I'm not talking in the show, I'm talking in your room right now.
Oh, that's Sally.
Hi, Sally.
She's a carpet monster.
Hi, Sally.
Step on her and she'll chew your leg off.
Do you want a peanut?
She's also allergic to peanuts. You just threatened her.
Well.
Don't be surprised if she shows up at your place now to haunt you.
Oh, haunt? Is that all? I know how to deal with ghosts, Dave. I just look at them and they cover their eyes and blush and turn invisible.
Oh, you're in for a surprise.
You're in for a treat! Folks, thank you so much for watching us watch this and banter until long after the point we should have stopped. Carlos and Dave AnimeRave.com is your home on the web for us watching things. Dave, tell the fine folks some of the fine things we've watched.
Steven Universe.
Delightful show.
Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls, also delightful and turning into a sad, meandering heartbreak. What am I making judgment calls on these shows for? I'm a real dick today. You should be calling me out on this kind of crap.
Blood Blockade Battlefront.
Oh my god, that show is so good.
We're waiting to see the last episode, but not even Japan has seen it.
That show has one of the best dubs I've ever heard.
Yep.
And it's a simul dub to boot. And that's a good show, legitimately.
Yeah.
Was Bill Cipher in that show?
No!